Okay, we're live.
Hi. Thank you for everyone who's watching the recording and hanging out with the three of us.
There's 4 and there's 5. She's got a baby and I got a baby.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I don't see. Oh, okay. We're counting the babies.
And Huddy's
okay,
actually sitting in his crap. So we're just going to.
Okay, great. And I'm here with like the Trinity. So like I've got that going for me. I've got the Holy Spirit. So I'm too also. And
welcome to our team call.
Yeah.
As we mentioned, we are going to be doing these every other week at 12:30. The nighttime just was not
12 o'clock.
Yeah, 12 o'clock. I always do that. 12 o'clock. PMs were it just was too hard. It was too hard for me, too hard for Brittany. She's on a bus. I'm trying to run out for spin. It was just chaos. So we just decided to scrap it. And
I think it would have been different, but it seemed like that time wasn't working for anyone, which originally we did that time because we took a poll and everyone said like 6:30, 6 to 6:30 would be, or, would be a great time for me. But just people weren't able to really jump on the calls with us, except the trifecta calls, like customers jumped on, but we felt like it wasn't a great enough resource for you so we couldn't keep up like how hard it was on us to do it. And so we felt like if we did it every other week, so we're still going to have a call every week at 12, but on one week it's going to be for anyone who's ever been in any of our challenge groups to like just motivate and encourage them. And then on the alternate week, it's going to be specifically for coaching. So, but if you want to just plan on every week at 12 hanging out with us or watching the recording on Thursdays, you can do that.
Yeah. So I'll let you talk about how we got to what we're going to talk about today. But yes. Christine was asking some great questions before we jumped on, and I just thought I would answer them with all of us. And I'm not eating Ritz crackers, just so you.
I was wondering where we were going to go with that.
That's not part of the 80 tip session. It shouldn't be for Hudson either, but it was the only thing I could find. It's fine. He'll be fine. Anyway, so we just went to a training called New Leadership.
Is it New Leadership Conference or New Coach Leadership?
Yeah, something like that. New NLC, New Leadership Conference.
You should totally go. Whatever it's called, you should go.
It was actually really rad. It was one day filled with tons of information and then like a 2-hour stint on Friday. It's always in California. And the way you earn that ticket is to become a one-star diamond and hold it for 6 weeks. And that might sound like a big challenge, but truthfully, I think once you have an entire year to get that invite, and I think the invite comes out in like October, September.
Yeah, it was like fall, I feel like.
Fall, which also just pushes you towards getting that invite to Disneyland with us. So really, at this point, this should be your goal, is to move your business forward to becoming a one-star diamond. And once you go, you only get the invitation once. You have to attend, and once you attend, it's awesome. And they pamper you, and they share all the secrets. And we gleaned a ton from the conference. We heard from Bonnie, Melanie, and Kim Fitzpatrick, who we actually shared all their videos. So we're not going to totally recap all of that because I feel like you can kind of go on and watch each of them. But we did really feel one main chunk, and Britt, I'll let you kind of cover that part.
Yeah. So we kind of had this moment of realization where it's so important to help you guys get started quickly. And we've known that before, which is we've gone through so much time, right, to figure out what's the best way to do new coach training. We've gone through these like highs and lows where we get super stoked. We're so excited about this revolutionary idea we have that's going to help you as a new coach build your business. And they continue to fall flat. And so, I mean, we have resource upon resource. And even more recently, it's kind of come up again that people feel like they need more support and more resources. And we so we were sitting in the new coach at the NLC conference, and they were talking about this resource that they have that's called what's it called? The first 30.
The first 30.
The first 30. And it's a training that Beachbody has created for new coaches. And they're doing the same thing where they continue to refine and update their resources because they've done training after training, trying to figure out how can they help us succeed the best. And they kind of gave this analogy where it's like, as a new coach, like if we're thinking about this time frame that we're at the Olympics right now, It's like you're at the starting line. Like you've decided you're going to run this race. You've decided you're going to build this business, and you're crouched down like you're about to run this race. And the longer that you stay in that crouched position before actually getting started, like the more like the lactic acid starts to build up in your legs, right? The more it starts to hurt, the more you feel like you're not actually going to be able to run this race, the more doubts you start to have, the more your anxiety starts to build, all of these things. And that you as a coach, as a new coach, you have to start running quickly. And so Kim and I kind of looked at each other and felt like we thought we were helping you guys run quickly, right? We have the Facebook group that has videos that we've recorded and a table of contents. And then we've even typed up the stuff if you didn't actually want to watch the videos. So it was like, however you learn best, we wanted to provide you with these key elements of becoming a coach. And we were running them monthly at one point where we were posting every day, and that didn't seem to work. So then we have a static group where it just lives there and you can go through it at your own pace, but that's not working. No one's going through that. And so we'd started doing one in the app recently, and like no one was really going through that. And so we were kind of like, what do we need to do? And we thought, what if we stopped trying to, hi, Hetty, what if we stopped trying to like recreate this wheel? What if instead we really looked into what Beachbody has created now that they've just recently redone their new coach training, and they just launched something recently called the first 30. And it's like, what can you do in your first 30 days as a coach to help you get started quickly? And so we just had this like moment of inspiration where it's like, what if we go through that group, the first 30 together, Kim and I, and what if we invite all of you guys to go with us, whether you've been a coach for a long time or you're a new coach, because we also feel like for our big goals for our team finishing this year as a 5-star elite teams, of our dreams of building teams of women who are also building teams of women where you feel empowered, you feel like you're accomplishing your dreams, you feel like you have the freedom and the confidence to go out and build whatever you want from this business. We felt like what was holding people back is the confidence, feeling like you don't know how to onboard people. Maybe you don't feel like you were onboarded. Maybe just the way we had training set up wasn't effective for you. And so we're like, what if we, again, just try one more new way, and to see if this is the way that's going to really help each of you get started quickly, but then also feel like you have a place to like a really successful place that you can onboard your friends into, so that you feel like you can invite them in and that they're going to be able to learn quickly as well, even if you just started this yesterday. And so that's kind of like our heart behind it. And I'm going to let Kim go into, I know she just did a great live video in our team page this week talking about this too, but I'm going to let Kim kind of go into what the structure of that looks like so that you guys can just understand what we've dreamed up.
Okay, I apologize for his jibber jabber. It's a lot all day. So we, I think what it was is we saw like Melanie's pouring into this training, and if you don't know who Melanie Mitro is, she's 4 times, top coach. And I'm like, if they're spending all this time, no, thank you, sir. If they're spending, go get another truck, go get another one, go find one. If they're spending all this time with the people who are succeeding in this business, then why are we trying to reinvent that wheel, right? So when we launched, basically what it looks like, every day there is a post on, what you should be doing in this business on the day-to-day. And we're going to go through examples. We're going to go through, maybe you've always wondered, like, how does Brittany have such great lighting in her photo? How does she have such great, how does she do the blurred effect? How does Kim make videos? How does she do a photo where it looks like someone's taking it for her every single day? All these little questions, we're going to actually divulge all of that into, 30 days of training that leave you feeling like, okay, I want to sign a coach. I feel confident in signing a coach because I know what to do. I know what I have now to offer them, and I can add them to this group and they are going to succeed. So as we go through this training, again, it's brand new for us as well. So we want your feedback. We want to know what's working. We want to know if you like it. We want to know if you think there should be changes. One of the things we're wrestling with is, once the 30 days is done, do we just keep it all up? You know what I mean? Like, you keep it up, you tag the person in the pinned post, and then it just clearly says like day 1, day 2, day 3, and each post that's about day 1 will say day 1. So the person knows, okay, I got 3 posts that I need to find for day 1, because the fact of the matter is you're going to have to scroll. I mean, it's 30 days. That's a lot of information with 3 posts a day. So that's kind of something I don't know. We need to kind of figure out, I think, because it might be too, you might get in there and be like, man, that's
too much.
It's a lot of information. But at the same time, you don't want to be like, okay, I'm launching. I do a, Sunday night is like the best time to talk about the coaching business. And you want to say like, I'm ready to train you. But at the same time, like, where do they go? Let's say we just kicked off February 1st and now all of a sudden it's like February 20th. Like where do they go in the interim? And that's the part that we need to kind of work out.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause there's so many different ways to do it. It's just kind of like, what do we want to do and how's it going to work? And also I'm realizing that I think when you sign up as a coach, you aren't used to using social media so much. And so getting added to all these different groups is overwhelming. And so I think being like, okay, we post stuff in the team page and now you're in this new coach boot camp. And then you need to be checking into my challenge tracker app with your workouts. And we also have Tribe. I feel like it can start to feel like all there is just posts. And so trying to figure out, like, do we maybe, you know what I mean? Like for your first 30 days, is it you're just focused on the 30-day trainer? I mean, like our 30-day group is New Coach Basics and your challenge group. Like if those are just the two social media things you're really focused on the first month, so we have to figure out.
We need to figure that out. Because then all of a sudden, but you want to let go, you want to and like, I think starting Sunday, there's already like, okay, you need, or maybe I think even earlier, you're posting on social media. So we're just trying to set people up so they succeed and they succeed well without feeling overwhelmed. But at the same time, getting them out of that crouch position, right? Like you want to go, you want to take off right away. Because I will tell you that in my business, I literally signed on May 28th. I launched my very first challenge group on June 1st and I hit Success Club 56 June. So like I was ready. Like, and I know that was random. And I was also someone who people worked out with in the prior. So it wasn't like abnormal that this is what I would be doing. But I know that there was a lot of like, yeah, let's go, let's do this. So go. And that has never stopped. Literally I had one dull December and that's the last, there hasn't been a dullness since. And so we just got to figure that out.
Yeah.
We got to like work through that because, and maybe it's to each coach, maybe you assess each coach differently. Like if you have somebody who's, really into it and feels like they're confident and ready, you give them the opportunity on that getting started right call. You call them up and you let them know here's kind of what it looks like. Where do you want to start? And maybe we kick off these new coach trainings every 15 days.
Yeah, we're going to have to figure it out. Yeah, because I also think that there's something to like, are we keeping them all in the same group or are we starting a new group every time? Because then if we were going to keep the same group like we had what we were kind of thinking, then it's like to have people on different days. So then they're getting like, that's going to get kind of, a little jumbled and confusing.
Yep.
But then starting the new groups, it's like, again, we're going to get back into, but what if you have one person who's starting that day? So yeah, we're just going to we'll have to figure it out, but we will.
And we will. And we'll come up with the best solution.
Yeah. But just so you guys know, like these are like the conversations Kim and I have behind the scenes about like everything, right? Like how every step of our business has been like this, about like figuring out how we were going to schedule our months, to how do we run this stuff, to how do we do this, so if you're ever thinking like it's really easy for us or they somehow just figured this out, like just know like there are so many conversations that happen. And I would say one of the benefits of like finding someone to be success partners with is key, because it's so fun to be at NLC together, like celebrating like successes in your business with like one of your best friends, and so it's fun to like have someone to talk through different ideas with, of how are we going to run this group? What is this going to look like, etc. And so just know that there's so much power in having a person. So if you're looking for a success partner, let us know. And we would love to help match you up with someone who we feel like would help you thrive, and the two of you guys can dream and thrive together. But that's just another plug for success partners. But I know
I think that's huge. Even if it's like, hey, you jump on the team page and it's like, look, I want to be at NLC next January. I want to be a diamond by September because I want to go, or July or whatever it is. I want to go to Disneyland. anybody else want to do that with me? And just, you know what, like Brittany and I don't have we're not like the same person at all. We're actually very, very different, except for one little thing. We both love this business, and we both love what it's done to our lives physically and mentally and spiritually. And other than that, we're about as different can be, aside from our husbands and husbands to be being best friends since elementary school. Really, that's like all there is. We don't even live in the same city. So those that think like, oh, I want to be in your city, I want to like do this with you, that's not always the reality. And that's okay. Now, finding someone in your same city, that's really cool. I do think that there is so much value in that. But like Andy and I live in the same city, and for us to get together, it's like brain surgery.
Or
like,
even when Kim and I did live in the same city for like 2 years while we did this, like we didn't like hang out in person all the time, you know? And so then when she moved to LA, and then I moved up to SF, and now she's back in SD and all of that stuff. Like it's, you know, I think you can get kind of caught up in like, well, I want someone who has the same life I do. And it's really not. I think about that because Kim and I, as she said, we have like opposite schedules, right? Like she has 3 kids. She's home. She's now teaching all these fitness classes. So her schedule is super busy and super sporadic. She's married. I'm not married yet. But I'm, you know, like I work full time at this incredible job that takes up a lot of time. Like my hours are insane. I'm always traveling. I'm in a long distance relationship. I'm trying to plan a wedding, like all this stuff. But like at the end of the day, it's like our drive for this business, our goals, like our personalities work really well together. And we enjoy each other. So I think sometimes people, like when I've talked to them about success partners before, it's like, we want to be on the same time zone, and which 3 hours doesn't make a difference. You know what I mean? Or like they have to have the same number of kids as I do, or they have to, and it's like, I think you guys get caught up. It's like, what are your goals? Find someone who has the same goals and the same timeline to achieve them. Like those are, you know what I mean? Because then you're going to be running at the same pace.
Yeah.
And then everything else, it's kind of nice to have someone who's different than you, because it's great that when Kim and I run groups together, all of my people are getting to see someone who is a little different than me. It doesn't just look like you have to be exactly like me to be successful. Right? Like it's, you know, like she's a mom, she has 3 kids. So she's going to understand when they're posting about that. She can relate to them. And I can relate to someone who's like, I was in meetings all day. I haven't been able to eat. And you know what I mean? Like, and then I was again, last night, didn't go to sleep till midnight because of all of this stuff. And it's like, we can support each other's customers because we get different people's lives in a different way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that is, I mean, we weren't even going to really go there, but I do think that is a big part of your journey, is just finding, and not to say that we're not going to walk that walk with you all. We will absolutely, you want to have those conversations. We'll have those conversations until you find your legs and you're running too. But I think that, that really will be the game changer for you in your business. So, is there anything else that we wanted to cover?
No, I think that was it.
Do you have any questions, since you're our one and only here today?
As of right now, I don't think that I have any questions. I mean, I'm sure I have a million written down. As I was reading like the participation and like all the information that I printed, and then also you get the packet when you sign up and stuff like that. So I'm sure I have questions. Like I keep sending you random questions here and there throughout the day about, you know, the business, and like you keep posting things about, which is giving me good ideas on like, and the online to like get someone interested or sign someone up, or how do you gain an audience? And you know, that's really good pointers. Play on my new Instagram account, which I thought I was a little nervous making, but now I definitely love having the separation. I'm also trying to learn how do I incorporate like my family so that people could like relate to me as well without making it, you know, so personal. So I'm just learning different things like that. As for like the business side of it, I don't really have necessarily in mind anyone that like I could be like partnered up with or doing anything like that. So I kind of am interested in maybe finding out if there's like some people that are close to my proximity to see if, you know, we could do something like that. So that's interesting.
Yeah, Kim and I actually thought of someone for you specifically, but we just have to see if she wants to come out of retirement.
I think that's who you texted me with the other day, right, Kim?
Said, hey, Courtney needs to build the business. Let's go. You guys
Yeah.
literally live 20 minutes apart. Let's do the darn thing. And you both stay at home. So
Yeah.
And she's like super rad. She came to Summit last year. The three of us shared a room, and she was like so great. So hopefully she gets excited about it again.
yeah.
Yeah. I also do want to know what Summit is. I really don't know much about that stuff, or like any of the meeting grounds or anything like that with Beachbody. They all look amazing. It looks like so much fun, and I want to I yearn to be a part of something like that. So
No,
So I have to actually jump off because I have a meeting at 12:30, but I'm sure Kim can tell you all about it. But I am
okay.
so excited that you're excited
Yeah.
about it because we want everyone to come with us because it's like lame if you're by yourself, right? So, okay. I will talk to you guys later.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.
So Summit is every year like 25,000 coaches go. So it's like insane. And you don't have to be a business building coach. You just have a discount. You can go as long as you're
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
So Summit is more of it's like a pep rally, like a legit take over a city pep rally. We work out in the street. There's like Shakeology bars every day. You can
That's amazing.
pick like what speakers you want to hear from. Hi, be careful. Be careful. So there's like you can pick from different speakers. There's just a wide variety of like all the things that you can do. But it's just a really rad time to go together. We get a hotel room and we put like four of us. We just share because it's just easier.
Yeah.
And we just have seriously the best time. And it's like it's just a great time to like get together, laugh, get to know each other. We like throw parties in our hotel room and we just kind of like you get to dress up. There's always like a theme. It's awesome.
That's really cool.
So this year is in Indy.
Okay.
And I think the tickets are still for sale. And they were like super cheap. Well, cheaper than they've normally been, but it was like $145 for a ticket. Obviously then you have to fly there. Hi. But then we usually come in around like Wednesday and it starts on Thursday. And then we stay through Sunday, I think.
That sounds really cool. I'll have to look into that. Maybe I could swing that.
You should come.
And then when you go to Summit, like you learn different, like there's meetings and stuff like that, or is it just working out?
No, there's so you get to work out with a trainer every day. So you get to pick. So like you can pick any of them. Most of them always come. The cool part about Summit is like you earn stuff. So like not this past year, but the year before, I was like a top Success Club earner in a month. It was like the top 100 Success Club earners got to go and work out with Autumn in Nashville in a bar, and we did Country Heat,
Wow.
which had just come out. So just like really cool stuff. You earn like a photo shoot with them.
That's cool.
So stuff, and then there's like workshops all day long. So there's like a workshop in the morning and a workshop in the evening or in the afternoon, and you do like you'll learn about social media, you learn about coach train, you learn about it all. But from a different perspective, from someone you like follow on social media. So like, just like we heard from like Melanie and all them. And then last year, Brandon Bouchard came. So we have like really like famous speakers that come. So it's really an incredible experience.
That's cool. Yeah. Something to definitely look forward to.
It is.
I know I've been a part of Beachbody for a really long time, but I never like paid attention or like been involved or anything like that. So I'm excited. Like each day I find out something new and I'm more and more excited, but like I can't wait for this group to like just jump off and like definitely learn how to do it and all the tools. And I'm excited for you and Brittany to teach us. And
it's gonna be
I want to do this. Okay. I want to do this. So I'm excited.
I'm excited for you. Very excited. All right. Well, I'll let you go. We can go and be real people now. Mom people. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mom life.
Mom life. I know.
All right. So I will touch base with you later.
Okay. Bye.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming. Bye.